Hello and welcome back to the garden on a rather cold, blustery day. I've been away for a while. I'll do a quick video of that shortly just to show you some plants from Mexico. But now I'm back, I thought we'd have a quick roundup of what's been happening in the garden since I left. When I left, we hadn't had a freeze. I've come back since I've been gone. We've had snow and temperatures down to -4, so it's sorted the garden out a bit. I'll have a quick look round and you'll see the damage that -4 inflicts on the garden. Trachycarpus over there, still looking fine. No problems at all. They'll take a lot more cold than that before they show damage. If we look here under the canopy, everything seems to have survived okay. Yucca rostrata is fine. So Pseudophanex lattice is still looking good. The canopy has the effect of keeping the frost off. It stops the burn to the leaves a lot of times. If it gets really cold, it obviously won't stop, but the frost we've had so far, this offers a really nice bit of protection. Various other bits and pieces still under here. There's a begonia over there still in flower, so yes, this shows the difference a bit of overhead cover makes. What else can I show you? The drainage pipe you see here, under there, because I did think it was going to be cold when I was away, is Musabasdew. I was in a bit of a rush. When I've used these tubes in the past, I've used these same tubes for the last probably 30 years to protect Musabasdew. I usually stuff them with straw. So I simply cut the leaves off, leave the stem. I usually put a bit of straw around the base, push the pipe down over it, which as you can see is just a brown drainage pipe, quite easy to obtain. Pack down with straw, and that's the insulation, and it lives in there till the spring. I was in a bit of a rush before I went away, so this year there's fleece wrapped around the stem inside, pipe pushed down, bit of fleece on top, and a pot stuck on top to keep the worst of the weather out. It's always worked in the past with lower temperatures than -4, so hopefully with fleece rather than straw. If I acquire some straw, I might repack it, but that was a quick fix before I went away because I was expecting the cold. Down the bottom here you'll see there's some babies or pups coming up at the bottom. I've just covered these with a pot there again just to keep the frost off. If we look along here, cannas over the back there, gingers at the front here. The frost has done its thing. They don't take frost. When they freeze, the cells rupture inside the plant, and this is the result. If you're new to this type of gardening, don't be alarmed. It's not killed the plant, although they look very sickly. Take this ginger here. What I will do is, now the frost has gone, I'll cut down the tops and place them round to cover the bottom. The bottom is the bit that does the good. If you look here, there's one I did before I went away that had already been frosted very slightly. That and a bit of compost over the top keeps the rhizomes protected in winter from the worst of the frost, and they should return next spring. Walking along, more dead cannas, or more frost damaged cannas should I say. Ricinus has gone over now. Frost has got it. I shall restart them from seed in the spring. Trachycarpus, again untouched by the frost. Tetrapanix rex. As you can see, the leaves have browned up a bit, or blackened up a bit. This is the effect the frost has. If we look in the middle, there's still a green leaf coming. I don't think we'll get a lot more now. At some point the rest of the leaves will drop in the winter, but for now It's providing a bit of cover for the plants underneath. As we go along, Mahonia is flowering. Well, it's nearly finished flowering now. It's still looking good. Tree ferns. The tree ferns are quite exposed where they are now. My neighbour has made a few changes to their garden. We used to have more shelter here, but it's opened them up to the wind a bit, so I'm hoping they're going to be okay this winter. As you can see, fronds laying on the floor, the old ones that were hanging down. If I can get you up there to see into the crown, I'm not sure I can. Let's look at the other one round here. Before I went away, I stuffed a ball of fleece into the top to protect next year's croziers that are there, because I could feel them. So if it gets a lot colder, I will wrap the top maybe 2 feet of the trunk just to provide a bit more protection for it. I don't know if it's coming out on the video, but the wind at the moment is absolutely freezing. The wind chimes are pinging and it's cold. We'll walk along, have a quick look, because I don't want to be out there too long. Tree dahlia has been frosted. I'll just leave that for now. There again, I'll give it a good mulch at the bottom. Hopefully that will reappear next year. Ricinus again, gone over. There's a tiny mucibas due in there. Another little piece of pipe I had handy. There's a bit of down pipe that, there again, wrapped in fleece, slid over the top. I will get a bigger bit of pipe on that in due course. More canna's gone over. If we just come round, the garden suddenly looks really open now. As the years go on, I intend to plant a bit more evergreen planting to just prolong the show. So when I look out the window on a winter's days, things still look green rather than a scene of devastation. The echium has survived the frost quite well. As I said, I think we've seen -4 since I've been away. Some of the bottom leaves are showing signs of stress, but that will pull through again. I've got a fleece bag somewhere. If I would have been there, I would have covered it up, but it's taking its chances, and hopefully that one will pull through. More cannas. Exactly the same with them. I'm gonna I'll trim them down at some point, and I'll lay the old leaves and stems over them for some protection, and find some old compost to cover up as well. What have we got up here? The arum lily. Well, I'm not sure. The Hercules, I believe that one is. As you can see, I'd call that semi-evergreen plant. It's survived the -4 and some prolonged freezes, but it's looking sorry for itself. It'll probably die down a bit. The pond is ticking over, is the best way to put it. Various other plants around here. Have a look there. The small Trachycarpus planted out earlier this year. This one is Fortunii cross Princeps, so should be a nice palm when it gets going. It's got silverish underneath the leaves. It's grown well this year, and now it's got its roots down. Hopefully better next year. So that's a quick roundup of the garden. Quick it is because it is cold. So maybe next time we do a video, we'll have a look in the greenhouse, because I've had a heater in there, but I've had a quick look and some things look to be flagging slightly in there since I've been away. Unfortunately, when you're not here, you have to take the chances with what you've got. But anyway, not too bad so far. We've had a freeze. The garden's coped well, and I see no reason why it won't carry on coping quite well. So quick roundup. Thanks for joining me. If you like this video, please subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And I'll see you next time in the garden.